Hello, crafty friends. Have you gone to see the new Wicked movie? Because that is what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm hoping I'm using a new streaming software, so let me know if you can hear me. Check in, say hello. Let's see how this works. I'm learning all sorts of things. Who knew when I decided to do some stamping that I would be also learning how to be a technology genius? But I am. Here we are. Okay, we're learning all of these fun things. So let me give you a little background here. I'm going to try to see if we can get both. All right, there we go. Both of our pictures here. So this is a picture of me and my friend Cathy right here. This is Cathy. I met her when I was 5 years old. We moved to St. George. And one of the things that she loved was The Wizard of Oz. Now, for you young folks, back before television was on demand, you had to watch the shows when they were being broadcast live. So we would wait all year for the Wizard of Oz to come on television, and we'd go to her house and eat a package of Oreos and a gallon of milk while we were watching. But it was her thing. She loved it, and we would go with our other friend Janet. This is actually our friend Jolene. Janet wasn't able to go with us earlier this year. In January, they actually had the 75th anniversary. Was it 75th or the 50th anniversary? Probably the 50th. No, it might have been the 75th anniversary of of Wizard of Oz. So we went to the theater, and look right there. There it is, showing the Wizard of Oz. She's pointing it out right here. We went to see the Wizard of Oz, and Cathy has been one of my longest friends. We met Jolene in junior high school, and Janet, who lived right across the street from Cathy, was always another one of my good friends from the time that I moved into St. George. So 5 years old. So we've been watching this for a lot of years. So of course we had to take all of our friends to go see Wicked. In fact, I'm even wearing my Wicked shirt today. It was not my Wicked. It's my Wizard of Oz museum shirt that says, "Life hasn't been the same since that house fell on my sister." And I'm even wearing my ruby slippers. Anyway, so I took a picture at that time, and I was going to take a picture when we went to see Wicked with like 8 of our friends. But do you think I remembered? Oh, heavenly days, no. Hello, Elaine and Carlene. Thank you for commenting. That helps me to know that hopefully things are going well with this new broadcasting service that I'm giving a try to. So thank you for giving me your comments and telling me how you're doing. So I had to make a scrapbook page. Now I'll have to get a picture for the second page when we go to lunch together, because we totally forgot to do it when we went to see the movie. We were so enthralled by the movie. So in the movie, they say, one of the quotes that Glinda says as they are becoming friends is, "Oh, look, pink looks good with green." So today we are using our Pretty in Pink, which is a returning color, but it's also one of our in colors for this year. So make sure you grab that. And it looks beautiful with any green, but we're using Old Olive. So to give a little nod to Elphaba today, or the Wicked Witch, I am using my Eyelet 3D embossing folder, and I'm making two scrapbook pages. In fact, I'll show you the second one. This is the one that I will have to get the picture of later to put in here. I made a big 5x7. This is actually an 8.5 by 11, but you could make this as a 12 by 12 page if you would like to try something like this. And I used a little bit of my, I love to save glimmer paper because glimmer paper is just fantastic for lots of fun things. So I cut out For Good. This is one of the lyrics to a song that will actually be sung in the second part. Who knew that there was going to be 2 parts? I guess I didn't until I got there. So because of these friends, I have been changed for good. So I wanted to make this double page spread, but I wanted to make it landscape so that you could see that it could work for 12 by 12 and it could work for 8.5 by 11. Started off by taking an 8.5 by 4.25 piece of cardstock, and I embossed with my eyelet embossing folder on the top. Now you can flip this over because this pattern actually is interchangeable, or is, what is it called? It is the same on both sides, however you say that. You can line up where you have already embossed, and it will fit right into your embossing folder because it doesn't do the whole 8.5 inches tall, but you can make it so that it works just by lining that up. And even if it's not perfect, okay, apparently I've got it a little bit close to one side. Ooh. Oh, I know what the problem is. You know what the problem is? I have my extra. Hello, take off plate 2. You only want plate 1 and then the embossing things. Okay, let's get that back lined up again. Pardon me. I was doing some cutting on it earlier, so I had my other plate on there. Okay. This will work. This will work much better. There we go. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, it's not coming because you know what else? You guys, it's been too long since I've been in my craft studio, so apparently my brain stopped. I need this one. We need our embossing folder. Hold please while I make an adjustment and realize what I'm doing. Which one I'm doing wrong. Okay. That was it. So then when you take it out, you've got a piece that has continuity from the top to the bottom. Voila! Okay, so for this page, I'm going to kind of mimic what we did on the other page. And so you see how I did this. And so I'm just going to take it from one corner to the other and tear. And you kind of want to keep your fingers kind of close together so that you don't get the separation of one piece of paper. And it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better probably if it's not. So I have 2 pieces just like that. I kind of like to rough up these edges and roll them. Usually in a scrapbook or a memory album, you may not want to have a lot of bulk, but I do love just the raw edge right here. So kind of roll it back. It's part of the story of Galinda, who becomes Glinda, and Elphaba, who becomes the Wicked Witch of the West. Kind of that they kind of help each other become better in lots of different ways. Now, when you're using your Stampin' Seal Plus, go really slow on a embossed piece because it can, again, separate those layers. So just go really slow, but I wanted it to be very, very sticky, so that's what we're going to do. So this design kind of shows how they kind of break through and help each other. I think this is just a fun idea. Carlene and Elaine, have you guys seen this movie yet? Are you even familiar with the movie or the play? I did take my daughter to see it. Oh, whoops, that's when that starts to peel those layers apart, so I had to go a little slower. We took my daughter to see the play for her 16th birthday. We gave her an option to do like a big 16th birthday party with friends, but she wanted to go see Wicked, and I did not complain. So we went to see it on the traveling Broadway show, not in New York. Just trying to get that right next to the edge of my paper if I can. Okay. So there's kind of our fun first page. Now you'll see that I've got the first part. Oh, here's the piece I needed earlier. I have the first part of the words right up here. It says, because I knew you, And thanks to, let me give a shout out to my teammate Shelly. She cut out some of these little pieces. Here's a broomstick and a hat, Elphaba's hat. She cut these out for me from the potions and spell dice, which I didn't have, but they are still available in the Stampin' Store for a moment. Who knows how long they'll be there? I don't know. But she cut out a couple of those for me, and so I could make this vision come to life. So thank you, Shelly, over at Shelly Stamps. In fact, she sent me a few pieces, so I've got some more to do, some more hats and more brooms. But I took the liberty of cutting out these words, and this is where your grid paper may come in handy, because you can kind of lay out the letters. These are from the mini alphabet die. I just took a piece of our adhesive sheets. I like to draw lines on it with my marker so I know which part to take off. Put it to the back of a piece of pink paper, and then I ran it through and got out all of these. So I've got the sticky on the back. They become stickers, and I made my own stickers. Okay, let's see how we can make this. I know that I want this piece to be over here, so I've got a little bit of that rolled paper showing up right here. And I'm going to put that on because it's not going to move. With this one, I turned our colors black and white for the picture, so it doesn't matter what colors are on your scrapbook page. So I'm going to put that down like this, pull over a little bit of that torn page so it kind of covers that. I can use my eyelet pattern to make sure that it's straight. There's also a spot for some journaling right here. Okay, let's see. Do we want to do, I think I'm going to do this because I knew you. I need it to be up here in the green. I might have to cut out some black. We'll see what happens. I don't want this. Now here's a little tip for putting on your words. If you have a clear or a straight edge like this, you can put it down. See, I'm going to put it right against the top of my layer here, or you could layer it up here. Now I know that it's going to say, because I knew you, so I'm going to put these on here. And we'll start with our words, and then we can put down this little broomstick. Oh wow, apparently I only have part of the sticky on this B, so we'll add a little bit of regular adhesive. Oh man, it does give, if you haven't seen this movie, go see it. It's a little bit like going to see, what was that called? The Greatest Showman. You've got to see it in theaters, and I know that you're going to be like, okay, do I have to come back next year? Oh, whoa, now I got way too much. Hold on. Oh, please, got way too much. Came out faster than I wanted it to. Okay. There we go. It is a great story of friendship and sometimes doing the right thing, even when you don't want to, when it's hard. And backstory. In fact, they do so many great foreshadowings of things that are going to happen in the future, say in The Wizard of Oz, the actual movie. So it's like a precursor to that. Okay. So I'm laying this down with keeping my straight edge there. Taking the stickers off the back of each one. Once I've cut these letters out, because it's a one die on this one, I keep all of the rest of them in a clear envelope in my pink scrap folder, my pretty and pink scrap folder. so that if I need those more letters, I can go back and get it. And I do appreciate that on this mini die, they did put a couple of E's and a couple of I's and a couple of A's and a couple, some vowels. So we've got choices. Okay, we're almost there. Now we've got because I want it to go this way. No, I think I want it to go this way. So I'm going to put on my broomstick because everyone deserves a chance to fly. Get all of our bingo buzzwords in there today from the movie. And then we'll put on because I knew you. I have been changed for good. Down here, we're going to take this. Let's put it up against the bottom. I'm going to put this edge on there. Oh, nope, I'm not because it's not going to work. I'm going to put it so that all of my numbers are right there. That's one of the nice things about having a see-through ruler is you can kind of use your numbers or your lines as a guide for putting on or for getting your things put together here. Getting your words level, even. Okay, that's kind of off the wonky. And it's a little bit repositionable, so you go ahead and, oh, well, maybe not that repositionable. Okay, let's try. Yes, it is. I want to move my little numbers. Okay, it's a little better, not much. Tricky. And I always like to lay my words out and look at them because sometimes when I took a calligraphy class when I was a younger person, I always noticed that as you're focusing on each letter, sometimes you don't spell correctly. So lay out your words to make sure that it's spelled correctly before you adhere them down. Okay, this one we may have to pull a little bit of this out, but we're almost there. Thank you for your patience as we finish this up and show you both of the scrapbook pages. I want to give it a little bit of space here, but I want to have room to put my YOU too. Y. This one, I'm just going to like roll it back. Give me a little bit of extra space here. Make sure my numbers are lined up. Underneath the top words. I'm going to make it. Just barely. Oh, good. Beautiful, because I knew you. Then Shelley did a couple of these pretty silver stars for me, some out of silver foil paper and some out of glimmer paper. Let's do a couple of these and just kind of make a fancy swirl right here. I put them on my glue dots beforehand so that you didn't have to watch me do all of that. Let's see, let's do another, how about another, I think I want to do this one, okay. Tiny, just having fun. And a big one. Okay, I'm liking it. Here's all of my pretty stars, pretty, because I knew you. And then we'll put this one up next to it. I have been changed for good. And this one needs to have the little hat. So let's put it on with a couple of dimensionals, which will squish nicely into our album when I'm ready. I could add a few more stars on this side to kind of get that. In fact, we could just bring it right across. It looks like, why not? So that those two, but I know that I'm not going to do it right across because I know that my two are going to go like this in an album. So let's bring it down like this into the next page. Thank you, Shelley, for making enough of these stars for me to do it all the way down here. Oh, I think it's just going to be so cute. Big one. And a glittery one. Oh, I'm going to use them all. Yes, I am. Okay, now those two are just perfectly aligned. So we've got, oh, I know that let's pull this up. Don't look at the whole background. Don't look behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Another classic Wizard of Oz quote. But there you go. Okay, you can't really see that, but you can see it this way. Because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And I'll tell you what, these friends of mine, I do have to say, there we go. And there's about 8 of us. We've kind of hung on all the way through junior high school. Well, for Cathy and Janet, it was elementary. Then we added a couple of friends in junior high. And then we added some of the spouses of our male friends from high school. And they have been instrumental in making me what I am today. I don't think friendships are so darn important. I mean, that is those friendships that kind of last throughout the years and that they know us inside and out. And we can tell our deepest secrets too. Those are the best. If you are looking for some friendship or some connection with other people, I'm just reminding you that we have a holiday packaging class this Thursday in Hurricane, Utah, if you are available. This is one of those that you can actually register for almost up to the very moment. On Thursday, we have a class at 1 p.m. or 6 p.m. So you are welcome to register and come and learn. You'll be taking home a whole package of designer series paper. You'll be making some cute gift wrapping ideas, and you'll be loving our pop-up gift card holder that pops up with a little shopping bag so they can go do shopping. All Christmas and holiday themed, and you'll get to connect with some of the other fun people who are here. So check that out. But how about that? Thank you so much. I'm so glad. Let's see if we can. I will have to figure out how to make sure your words are shown. I don't know how to show your comments yet on this new one, so I'll figure that out maybe by next week. Thank you. I'm glad you like this layout, and I hope that you love the movie and you're singing it until next year when this part 2 comes out. But yes, pink does look good with green, and sometimes those two things that you may not put together, these also make beautiful Christmas cards, FYI. Pink and green. I may be showing you, watch for that later this week because I'll be showing you some cute pink and green Christmas cards. I love things that are a little bit non-traditional, so there you go. Any questions? Pop them in the comments or message me on Facebook or on YouTube, and I'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Glad that you joined me. Thanks, Tony. I'm glad you caught the end, and you can go back and watch if you want to see some of the tips that I shared for making those 2 awesome scrapbook pages. I am still kicking myself for not taking a picture when we went to see the movie. Girls, what were we thinking? We were there, and we were just so excited, I guess. All right, thank you very much. And now I'll just have to figure out how to finish. There we go. Thanks for joining me.